And we're live. Sorry. Hello. It's 1 o'clock. It's after 1 o'clock. It's like 1:10. It's the 14th of April. It is a Sunday. The last time I streamed, I think it was 6 days ago. I looked it up. It's actually what I was looking up. So it's been about 6 days. I'm going to have a hard time remembering what I did each day because I've reached a point where my tasks have been kind of getting randomized a lot. I'm interrupted a lot during the day. I have to give feedback to different people for different things, and so a lot of my time is taken up by that. I haven't had a lot of time to just focus on tasks myself, but I will tell you what I do know. I think this whole rigging area has changed. All of this back here. It's been lowered. I still have more work I want to do here. In general, we're getting pretty far through cleaning up the visible world. We still have to do the side stages you can see here. We still have to... I went back and forth with them on this. They're still working on the stairs. Yeah, so they've been cranking on levels, and I've been helping them out with that. And getting like the rigging in this back area also done. A big thing I did this week was working on the level transitions. This is one of the things I did. So when you transition between the levels, what is the logic for this? Can you jump from any random level? Sorry. So you have these kind of stages, these side stages, and they each have a bunch of sections on them. And you unlock them, like right now, this is a random playthrough, but I've unlocked these, apparently. And so at different times, different ones will be unlocked, and I needed to make it so that either controller or using mouse and keyboard, you can get between them. And the biggest one was what you just saw right there, moving between the boat levels and everything else, figuring out what that transition would look like. So like right now, I'm in the normal level select screen. Now I'm in the boat levels. How to make that look cool, because that was something that's been a long time coming. And the way I did that was I actually parented everything in the world under a rotator. Did a huge cleanup pass in the world in general. And I'm actually literally rotating the world. And we're just going to see if Elmore gets mad about that, because it seems to work fine. And hopefully that's not an issue on the console. I still have to figure out how to make it like... It's not perfect. You can see the world popping in as I spawn in the levels. You see the levels underneath here? I still have some stuff to polish up here. I might have like a puff of smoke, I don't know, I'll figure it out. So that's, but the bones are in, the logic is in for that. Obviously I kept going with the boat area. I've just been picking at random tasks for this ever since. I got a line that would move with the boat area. And so I've like sketched outlines around the world. I managed to get those in, I've added outlines to my meshes. I'm hopeful that they'll get in here soon and do a cleanup pass. They've already started. They gave me 2 props. You can see them here. So just kind of place around the boat area. So I've placed those around. This has been really fun to work on. I loved doing this. Unfortunately, this is the one thing, like there's a hitch there with level loads. I definitely love working on this stuff, but it's definitely the least important thing. And especially because I have a team that could be doing levels. I need to not be doing levels. But it's so much cooler when I do it, because it's all tech arty and procedural. Anyway, I had fun with this. I have to come up with a way to not bottleneck the other side stages. So we'll figure out that. That was the thing I did. Right, so I had, I've been kind of anxious about certain things. Anything... There's not a lot of time. I want to hit content lock. Basically, I want to roll everybody off, all the artists off the project in June, like June 1st. And I want to lock content mid-June before I go on vacation so that the Elmore's team can roll in and start ports, and we can start bug fixing and, you know, localization. I have to translate this into 8 languages for the Epic Game Store and so forth. So basically, we don't have much time left. And there's certain things that have scared me that I wasn't sure I would get to, that that I just don't even have anything roughed in for them yet. One of them was the option screen. So I did spend a day and I made an option screen. It's not great, hairy much, but it's, you know, like it exists. So I can show you that. And this, you wouldn't think would be such a pain in the ass. Ignore that. But it was. But yeah, this all works. This has it's a temporary thing I did. But the flow of the menus works, which is like, it was a lot. I don't know how else to put it. These resolutions actually do work. These are the two things I was worried about most, was resolution and full screen. They actually work. I've created a widget that lets me change between available resolutions, which is cool. I can save it on an exported thing. This all works. The menu works. I do lose focus when transitioning back to this menu on controller. That's a bug I need to look into, but the bones are in. Now I just have to populate that with stuff, and I have the widgets necessary. I think I'll need one more widget, probably like a slider for volume that I have to kind of come up with. And other than that, the only things that don't exist yet are like a screen for add-ons, which I want to have because I've dreams of DLC, and also I want to be able to sell Mitchell's soundtrack through the game, and credits, and the last scene of the game. And if I can get those in, then I'll have like some stub of absolutely everything in the game, which is good because I'm close to that, and I kind of know the scope. I've got a good idea of the scope, but I just want to eliminate any conceivable unknown. And those are the last things that could give me any kind of hitches. Hey Marcos, what's up, man? So that's where I am. Cranking through stuff. Things are moving pretty quickly, but they have to. And hopefully we'll be in content lock by mid-June. So let's talk about today. I spent all morning writing up notes for the artists and myself. I'm so happy that you're moving to the Unreal Engine, Marcos. I'm like, I hope this works out. I hope you get the dev grant really badly. I really, really want you to. I really want you to stick to the engine. I don't know if that's what it would take, but I love this engine a lot, and I want other people in it, specifically doing what I'm doing, so we can compare notes. It's very selfish, but it's true. But you're on the C++ side of it, right? Oh, hey, Golden Toy, what's up? I'm not going to discourage you, because C++ is, like, definitely how you get at the guts of stuff. Awesome. But Blueprint is so cool. Why am I the only one that likes visual scripting? I know, you can't ask a programmer to care. But seriously, Blueprint is so cool. Anyway, I have a list of notes here. They are long and there are many. What's a good task? My gameplay programmer came from Bungie, and he did absolutely everything in Blueprint. He only moved things into code when it was something that needed to be performant or that needed to, like, it's hard to explain, where he just needed other libraries. It was just pretty rare. And he was big on, like, leave it as much exposed as possible so that everybody in the team can work with it and so forth. It doesn't matter if you're a solo dev, obviously. I'm sorry, Golden Toy. Okay, so yeah, one of the things, this is actually what I did yesterday. I didn't show you guys this. When you unlock a level, I wanted there to be a new thing. Like, I didn't want you to, before there was like a silver stand and a black stand, but they looked exactly the same, and I've always intended to change them because nobody's ever been able to see the difference. So Yesterday I made a generic... Oh, I'm gonna have to reset my game, hold on. Yesterday I made a generic thing out of the black stand that I can put an object on. And I can probably show you this. I'll get everything out, but so like when you unlock unlock any of the sections, like here, you unlock the boat, you see the boat. It's on a little stand. It's clearly different. I think it needs to be more obvious. Anyway, yeah, I need to polish this up. Several things I want to do with that. First off, I just don't think the animation's very good. I think it needs to be slowed down. I think it needs to be a bigger moment because they're unlocking something. So let's get to it. Let's open that up. And that was just something I jammed into the game last night. So it might be in a weird ass state. Where did I put you? You found that baby shark thing, man? Alright, so this is generic person's character landed on stand, object goes flying, but it's too short. So we are just gonna make it take longer. Let's see. This is 8. So it'll be a full second. That just feels right. Okay, so -28. No, -22. No, poor Punky, it's not a game. It's an experience. You're -28. It's -22. You heard it's a narrative puzzle game? Somebody lied to you. That's not what this is about at all. It's about life. It's about protesting the administration. It's Stephen's sausage roll with some incomprehensible bullshit. Okay. You have a key. You can play anytime you're willing to get your ass off of Linux. I know it's not that easy. Oh, you heard it's Stephen Sausage roll without all the incomprehensible bullshit. It's not very nice. I'm a huge fan of that game. Kai would have been so different if that game didn't exist. Probably would have been a worse game. Well, the puzzles would have been... The playing board would have been much bigger. I had no idea what to do when I started this. I didn't know what it was going to be. What the hell did I do here? I can't just not be on Linux. It's basically being an operating system vegan. Because I can't run anything. I was bringing up when I maintain a vague but pointless attitude of superiority. I mean, what's beautiful about that is that you're self-aware. I respect the honesty. Do you honestly think there's a future in Linux, though? Like, I mean, obviously there is. But I mean for, like, consumer PCs, the way you use it. Like, the reality is, the Flame and the Flood, we were a statistical anomaly in that we had more people playing on Mac than usual, as far as Steam users go. But other than that, like, there was no break even for us on porting the game to Linux. Like, porting the game to Linux was just too like, we wouldn't have made the money back that it would cost to do it. Especially because we didn't have programmers at the time, so it would have been, like, we would have had to pay for it. The Flame and the Flood, I think, even now, we still haven't come out on Linux. Years later. Most computers run Linux. Well, yeah, but I mean like personal computers, gamers, people I sell my products to. Like, do you think it'll ever catch on for that? Or do you think it'll always just be like a toy for enterprise software? There are dozens of Linux gamers. And some of them didn't just install Linux to save money. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you have fans at Valve. Valve is pushing their stuff pretty... Like, the idea of Linux... I can see... I know nothing about how things work, but I can imagine, like, if cloud gaming takes off, some of those boxes must be Linux boxes, right? And so in that world, then that would force game developers to take very seriously their Linux ports. And maybe there is a thing where if games support Linux, just because we already have to support, game developers have to support it anyway because cloud gaming is maybe the future. I'm spitballing here, though. I actually don't know if any of this is true. I don't even know for sure that, like, Amazon Web Services, their cloud gaming stuff, does any of that use... Did they use Windows servers? I don't know how shit works. Here, I'm gonna get soda and close the windows. I'll be right back. Nobody uses Windows to host web services unless they have problems. Alright, fair enough. So, like, does Stadia run, like, Google's shit? Does that run on... Does that run on Windows or on Linux? I could ask people these questions. I decided to ask you, as if you knew. But I actually suspect you might. Because that would be the thing that I could imagine actually making Linux gaming a reality. Would be if game developers have to support it anyway. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Stadia uses Linux. Yeah, maybe that'll do it. Sorry, loud noises. Sorry, I did this last night. I've already forgotten everything. This was environment theater props. I think it's you and player jump land back on stand. What else do I want to do for this area? I want to change the sound effects. You guys even hear that? Yeah, do you hear my desktop? You do, okay. Good point, Poor Funky. Hey, what's up, Mitchell? I'll talk about you in the next podcast. Only good things. Finally recorded a podcast again. Okay, let's record this. I don't think that looked good. Hey, Mitchell, since you're here, I think I want to change the sound effects for this area. I want, you know how we have that, for basically every time you unlock a stage or you unlock a character, you have like a drum roll that leads into it. I think this random piano key thing just doesn't seem like it fits. Hey, Douglas, what's up? Thanks for hanging out, man. Who are you? What's your deal? Anyway, I think I want a drum roll for this area. I think you have a drum roll. I think you have like a million fucking drum rolls somewhere, right? Sure. So like, let me show you other unlocks that we've done, right? When you unlock like, it's a good example. I mean, these are extreme, but obviously there's the character unlocks, right? And the drum roll's kind of nice, but you have that for everything. You have that for the trombone. We have it for that one, the fake out and the love scene. Which is really nice. I actually think we should just take what we have for the, like here, let me find it. I don't want to spoil that part of the game. You know the fake out. I like the drum roll at the beginning of that. I think it'd be cool if we use that same drum roll every time you unlock something, or a similar drum roll. Like I kind of like the idea of like, drum roll, show what you've unlocked. You understand? And I think we have the sound effects. So I don't even know why I'm asking you for this. I know you've got them source side. We might even have them in engine. Like, sorry, my contacts just moved in a weird way. Okay. Oh God. All right. No. See, this sounds like you're in like space in a bad way, like sci-fi. Piano. Actually, that's exactly what I want. So this is unlock new area. What is playing? Oh, yeah, let's just... Maybe we should just use the same... Don't like that. Okay, let's just use the same sound effect here. I'm just gonna... Just gonna do something much simpler than whatever the fuck that is. No, I chose the wrong one. That's it. So let's look at a different one, because I've been showing the boat. Let's look at like when you unlock this area. That's better. I'd like it if it was a bit bigger. Maybe I just make the... Maybe I just literally need to make it louder. That's better. That's exactly what I want. Stand down. You don't have to do shit. Oh, wait. Oh, sweet. Which one, Douglas? That's cool. Nice. I don't know how people find out about me. I bitch about having no idea how to do marketing, and then I try nothing, and then I complain that I'm marketing poorly. It's a cycle, basically, where like I'm constantly, people give me advice and I'm like, no. I guess like you should tweet out a GIF every weekend. It's like, that sounds like a lot of work, and why? Are you sure it actually works? It works for your game because you have a cute little bird. Everyone wants to see a cute little bird. Like you can't fit a puzzle game into a GIF. I guess you could. Ugh, I could. I'd rather just complain, though. I'd rather just complain about the state of things rather than move towards fixing them. That makes me feel immediately better. I should make a comic every week. Yeah. Should have made a GIF. I keep saying I'll do it. Well, the thing is, I wanted to show off the boat area, but we're not done with it yet. We're not done with any area. And by the time we're done with any area, we'll be done with every area, and then it'll be June. And maybe that's not bad, because maybe I'll just start getting noisy in June. Yeah. I'll show work in progress. At this point, everything I send out is like official. I've developed a fear of posting a game on Twitter. Of posting a GIF on Twitter. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I put them on YouTube, Leonard. I think I missed the last one because I forgot. And also I thought that last one was kind of shit. I don't know what makes a good stream, but I didn't feel like I was entertaining. Right. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's record it. Let's think this through. It's just not very good looking. Let's record the boat one again. And think about what it should look like. Actually, wait. Here's a way we can objectively make things better. For every time I unlock on this one, this level is lowered. I need to have some logic that makes it so that this level is not lowered. What I mean by that is, so the level's lower when they obstruct the camera. Okay, this is the logic. Tell the player to jump. Delay. I guess in here. Do I not do this already? Ignore movement, set field of view, view target, attach. Find. Set highlighted. Okay, so a thing I want to do when we're zooming out to this camera, I thought objects are obstruct. Could have swore I did this already. Could have swore I did this already. Made it so that if a level was lowered because it was obstructing the camera, it came back up when you unlock something. Did I do it in here? I've done it individually in each scene for when you unlock a character. Yeah. Well, let's make that something we just always do. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Move the camera. Move the light rig before we add any post-proc. I'm gonna do it right here. Find everything that's lowered and blend it up. Game mode. Cast it to game mode blueprint. Shit. Shouldn't have done that. Hey, York Scrub, what's up? Yeah, you guys should all check out Patrick's game. That is legitimately pretty cool. Yeah. I am really glad that Babas, you did well. It's the kind of game that I would expect to be a cult classic but not do well commercially. And they did well commercially. So they really... That made me really, really happy. Really happy. GDC was great. I had a really good time. Like, so much happened. Every day was good. I just had a really good time. I had fun. Met some new people, hung out with all my old friends. Didn't get to see anybody as much as I wanted to. Showed the game. Really enjoyed that. That was incredibly fulfilling. All right. So are we in a place where it's down right now? Good, okay. I'm gonna record this. Yep, see that level popped up? This popped down, you didn't even see it. I want to pull that camera out more so you can see stuff, but let's go look at like the other unlocks. Like here. Oh, I'm gonna start recording this. See, did that look lame as hell? I feel like that looked lame as hell. Babas is the kind of puzzle game that makes you want to give up making puzzle games and just roll around in the sand crying. You were just jealous of how good it was, poor Ponky. I know that feeling. Help Leonard. Yeah, I didn't show Kine at PAX. I went on, and I've had a lot of work to do, so I only went to PAX East for like 2 days. I went late on Thursday to check out the games before anybody got there and to speak at a panel. And I spoke at a panel on Saturday and hung out and did some stuff with Rami. I think everybody feels that sometimes. You play a game, or you do something, see something that, an idea that you wish you had had. I'm gonna restart the editor, because this is marked every level as dirty. I just don't want to deal with this lag. It's going to come from this. While that's going, let's look at this. Yeah, that looks just stupid, really. One thing, they're both landing at the same time, which is lame. If there was like a spin while you're in the air. Whoa. What you doing, computer? Being real weird and slow. Wrong way. Yeah. Well, Douglas, in that instance, generally you just keep pushing. Like, if you think. I used to freak out about that. Like, I used to think, for instance, the Flame of the Flood would be way too much like any other game, or. I didn't think that about Kime, but that's because I didn't do any research. I would have. But in general, if you just start making something, you will deviate. What you make will end up being so different from everybody else. It just always is. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you just will deviate. You just will end up making something very different. Because people are different. People have different ideas and different passions and things that they're, yeah. Poor Ponky's way is simple enough. What are we doing? Okay, so... What else? Why does this suck so much? What is it about this that's terrible? Ugh, it's just... ugh. This needs to drop later. Needs to drop with way more flourish. Let's bring in environment. Theater props. And for the, so there's two objects. There's the object that flies up and there's the object that lands. Right? Yes, I'm gonna have a hard time finding the other one because it's currently in the sky. Falling interactive prop. And I think what it comes down to is this animation I'm using elsewhere. I just need to make a custom one for this. It's got way more flourish. So this is animation level. Check that out at Perforce. I think I made this for the dance floor falling prop. This is not it. Okay, this is it. Can tell how much give a shit I had the night I made this. Answer is 0. 0 give a shit. Okay. I didn't even like make export options. So we're gonna save this. Well, maybe just did I bother? I animated it in the same thing I rigged it in. Fuck. So I'm gonna do save scene as dance floor falling prop rig. So my dream world, you are, I don't know, like 3,000 units in the sky. Most important thing is it's flourishing while falling down. Maybe in a less manic sort of a way. No, that is not what I want. That'll get your attention. I don't know where to put this stuff. Guess I'll put it next to the. I'll put it next to the stand, I guess. Doesn't feel right. Maybe I'll put it next to the moving prop. So like dance floor. I've got brain problems when it comes to directory structures. No, I don't. My directory structures don't make sense. That's also on me. Okay. Wait, no, cancel. What the fuck did I name this? So at least be consistent if we're gonna be wrong. Being wrong and being inconsistent about it is significantly worse. All right, so I have this object, which is generic object falls from sky. I think I made a special one. Yeah, this is special generic object falls from sky. And it's playing... Oops. So I need employees so I can blame someone else for their poor directory structure. No, I find as soon as I bring people onto the project, they start, that becomes work for me. This is a common misconception. When you have employees, you actually work for them. Nobody tells you that. You realize that very quickly, though. When you're young, you believe that the idea of being a boss is that, like, you've bitches that you control. Nah, man. Nah. Hell, even contractors. I mean, I love Elmore, and I love Disbelief, and there's a reason I'm paying top dollar to, like, have them port the game. It's because, like, if you hire someone to port your game, usually they'll port your game. If you hire Disbelief to port your game will run buttery smooth on whatever the fuck they port it to. But that comes with a cost, right? Like, of both money and reality. Like, I hired Elmore, but Elmore's telling me what to do. He's like, I went to him, what was it the other day? I was like, oh, Elmore, I just want to pick your brain. I'm having trouble making full screen work, and I don't know how to do it. And he's like, well, you need to hire Disbelief to figure out full screen. That's a PC problem. That's not on consoles. But I'll tell you what, you have hitches whenever levels load, and I have a list of things for you to do. Like, I'm paying you to give me work? What the fuck happened here? But that's kind of how it is. I need to hire somebody else to be the manager. To be the... Oh, okay. Nah, I think... I hope... I don't know. I've worked in different different structures, like different company structures, and I kind of like the difference between a general and a colonel. Like, I like it when the people in charge are also rolling up their sleeves and doing stuff. And I would hope if I were in a company, I am always somebody who also does this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it just keeps you grounded. In a way, there's a lot of arguments in different directions. Like, I kind of liked... Ken Levine would ask for the most outlandish shit, because he didn't... And on certain, like, when it comes to really technical stuff, he has no idea how the really technical stuff in a game works, which meant that he was unafraid to ask for things that seemed impossible. And then everybody else was like, well, maybe there's a way to fake it, you know? And so in a way, it's helpful to have somebody who doesn't know the constraints in charge for certain things. And in a way, like, I guess any structure can work. Forget where I was talking about this. I'm not a believer. I was with a bunch of indies and we were talking about, one of them was that their big problem was directing artists, and they were really big on the idea of a flat structure. But if you have a flat structure, you can never hire a junior artist, or a junior in any capacity. If you have a flat structure, everybody needs to be senior. As soon as you have somebody that's entry level, then they'll hold you back if you don't make it clear, like, look, you've never done anything like this before. We have to ship a game on time, on budget. I need you to follow direction. Like, there has to be hierarchy. That's the only way it works. Either you have hierarchy or you never hire juniors. And I think never hiring juniors and not supporting the next generation is actually worse. So I'm actually pro the idea of having a hierarchy. I think flat structures are total bullshit at any level, right? Like, and I totally agree. Like, you hire somebody, you can have interns. That's true. But I guess the people I was talking to weren't quite thinking of it like that. Because you're a facilitator, not a director. Yeah. I mean, I've seen both. I think games get done much quicker and more efficiently and effectively if you have like a facilitator, somebody who's does the work and is able to communicate. I think some of the more outlandish stuff though does come from having your chief creative be more of in that director role. And obviously once you reach a certain level, like what is it? Like if you're at Ubisoft making a AAA game with hundreds and hundreds of people, you can't be creative director and also modeling, you know, like the scissors. Like you just can't. You have to direct people, they're directing people, they're directing people. Like you're just directing all day. I don't think there's a way around that. I never saw Braveheart. I should. That was stupid of me. The other thing you should always do is, if you're a manager, if you're a manager and you're getting interns for the summer, don't manage the interns. Have people on your team manage the interns. It's a really good way of, like, for one thing, finding out how much of an asshole certain people in your team are. The second you give somebody control over somebody else's time, you learn a lot about them. And it lets you know who to hire in the future. Like being good at something and being good at instructing other people on how to do something are two totally different tasks. And if you manage the interns directly as a manager, then you're wasting a potential opportunity to teach people on your team or to learn about the people on your team. Oh crap, it's demo night tomorrow. Should I go to that? Scotland isn't a real country. Aren't you from there? You only use Linux and you hate Linux. You're from Scotland and you hate Scotland. Port Ponky, we need to talk. Are you trying to say something? Are you miserable? The hell was I doing before I got randomized? I was making this flourish thing happen. Yeah, let's see if that looks goodish. I'm gonna record this. She's saying she doesn't want to talk to you. You're not talking about me, are you? I always want to talk to Port Bonky. I don't think you talk to Port Bonky. I think you say things and Port Bonky just throws thoughts into the void. Talking to Port Bonky is like shaking a magic 8-ball. What, record this. Better. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Definitely takes the eye more. Yeah, we might call it. I mean, we should at least polish up that animation a bit, but I think the timing's right. Okay. Timing's right. The animation needs a little bit of love. Then we'll call it. Let's save this though. Environment. Dance floor. That already exists. Dumbass. Doesn't need to be perfect. Hell. I'm gonna regret this. Oh, see, that's shit. I feel like if I was a student and I handed this in as like the ball bounce test, I'd fail. I also feel like it's kind of good enough for the scene. We'll go with that. I mean, I could have baked out a simulation, but nah. Yeah, I never read the principles of animation. He's not a very good student. This one. All right. Yeah, we ignored it, Allie, because we don't like puns here. We're anti-pun. There's no puns allowed in the stream. I don't know, is that good enough for an unlock? I think it's good enough. Wait, why isn't this bright? Oh, wait. Right. Yeah, no, that's accurate. Okay. Let's go see what this looks like for everything else. Oh, wrong thing. Did that look acceptable? Oh god, my face! Sorry. Pulled up OBS. So we had a hitch right there. That's fine. It's gonna be seen once. I have a million things to do. Why is the material not activated though? That should not be. Yeah, there's no thinking on Sundays, Alley Cat. That's not how I would have done it. Remember the 9 key rules of animation. Dopey, grumpy, angry, hungry. What were they actually? I don't think hungry was one of them. Hungry is probably one of my dwarves though. Like if I had 7 dwarves, one of them would probably be hungry. The other would be lazy. At least that's sleepy. Doc is not there. There's no health in my dwarves. I don't, Tried to learn easing. Took me a while to get started, but then progress was good. Oh, die, poor Bonky. Get the fuck out. We don't like your kind here. Alright. What I need to do... Oh, I thought I did this already. I guess I didn't. When you begin play, get the prop mesh, set materials, sorry, set scalar, don't be a bitch. Oh, I have to spell it right. That's the problem. Is active. I'm just gonna stop the stream if the puns continue, guys. I don't know what to say. It's a no dad zone. Discriminating against the fathers. I believe you can spawn children and look after children and still maintain a decent sense of humor. I think you have it in you. Let's record this one. I'm satisfied. Oh god, my list is so long, and this is just a small part of the list. Okay. But you know what? The to-do lists are getting comprehensive and there's no unknown questions, and so that feels good, right? Right? Right. Good. So, where was this even on the list? Don't know. I'll find it when I get there. All right. There it is. Done. Next thing. Opening to... So the lines are being saved in the HUD for no reason. This will take literally a second. Says a line. It should not be saved in the HUD. Fixed. In fact, the other line he says, let's not save that one either. Your opening levels up to no. Wait, no. Opening levels 06. Bam. I'm even gonna check that one. That one's safe. That is done. Practice accordion 6. What is practice accordion 6? Let's just play. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. U. Okay, say the stand is floating. We're gonna fix that. T-bot 082. I think you go, if I recall, $300. Rotate you 90. Didn't miss anything, man. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, fixed. Same problem on trombone 4. With 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, which is actually called Forms 4. I see. Well, that's not gonna work. Better. Okay. Wrong music stand on accordion 8. Also possibly 9 and 10. Okay. So if that was 6, this is probably 7, 8. Yeah, that's the wrong music stand. Fact. Control levels. The fuck? Okay. That's gonna cause weird problems. Way. Nope, that's perfect. Okay. Whatever. Hey, Bohemian, what's up, man? Set its logic to do the base, not realizing what a pain in the ass it would be to do this everywhere. But it's in now, so. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's right the first time. See, she made a pun, and then she apologized. You could learn from her. Alright, let's make sure it didn't break everything. Because when you play that level, you're supposed to unlock Oiler. So, like... But now you don't. So I broke everything. Interesting. Level are you? T-Bot 08. This is the right level. Maybe No, I'm right. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I kept moving it. It's here. Here's where you unlock Orlar. Also, this needs to move in. Okay. Tags. Other ones with the wrong music stand is drums 9. So, not you, but it's you. Yep. Okay. You have the new art. Good. That's done for that. Either one needs. So I'm doing this because when the animation system detects if your arm is up against a wall, and if not, it lets the arm swing more, and his arm is swimming through this wall when it should be resting on it. So like, see, now it's resting. Whereas now it's dancing. Resting. Dancing. Alright, that's fixed. Oh, fuck. All these are harder. Alright, there's some polish tasks for the boat area. Don't know how the fuck this keeps breaking. That looks perfect. Right? One of the things I did was I added this kind of black outline. Anyway, I'm looking at the player. They are animating. Yeah, I think that's right. They get the translation but not the rotation. Is that accurate? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, we're gonna deal with this. We're gonna call this good enough. Like, her feet are coming off the boat a bit there. But you know, I'm okay with it. She feels like she's moving with the boat. Because I don't want to... If I take all of the rotation for the boat, there's times when she'll clip through other things. I need her to keep rotation on an actor level. I want her to just move with the boat. And obviously I could IK the feet so they follow, but honestly, this isn't a game like that. We don't need to do that. This is not AAA. We're gonna let that go. It's my first will not fix for the entire game. These are bugs I gave myself, so yeah, that just should be the case. Boat 4. Oh wait, I fucked it all up. Okay, so I wrote the camera should be more top down by default, and I agree. Alright, so let's... I agree with Gwen from this morning. Where is... That is a 2-second fix. So the camera set orients to this actor. Let's just make it like... way more top down. Yeah, that'll do. Between boat 6 and 7, I'm getting tearing, which I could have swore I fixed, but I think I messed it all up again. Also, I definitely messed this up again. I'm not ready to check that in. Okay. So the problem here is see this tearing? And I had fixed that. And I don't know why it's not fixed anymore. Don't even have the right stuff. So you should be this. You should be modular edge, blend off the Y sway. And for sure, like, I have to go in, I never gave these the outlines again, that's fine. But like, all this is the sway is being handled in the vertex. Basically, I'm painting the vertices. Sorry, I'm painting the vertex color. And the material takes a look at the vertex color based on the XYZ of the vertex color. It does different things. Like, if Y is 1, then it gets rid of this gentle sway side to side. It's doing based on a sine curve, for instance. So I have one stack mesh where I've blended it all to 1. And I'm supposed to use that here. Okay, yeah, I just gotta... Okay. So you see, like, now it's just broken in a different way. But that's fine. So... you need to... do the right thing? Tags. 3. Okay. You need to scale to the -1. Nope, wrong way. You need to scale to the -1. And I think you two need to rotate. I don't know how much, like, I think you by 90 and you by -90. Let's take a look at that again. Alright, the opposite, but we're closer. I think the opposite. So like 90. Okay. Oh, fuck. We're getting other problems. So, modular edge blend off Y sway. Another thing I did was, after I made this, I went back to the base prop and I like cleaned it up, reduced a lot of polys, and that never got back to this one, but I think, you know, that will work. Dire Goldfish, I've seen the VOD stream where you looked at the Epic Game Store for Kine and wondered about the description in German. 3D puzzle jump and run. Jump and run is the correct translation of platformer, but doesn't apply to Kine. I'm not even sure how well the genre platformer in English describes Kine. That's fair. According to Wikipedia, platformer does involve jumping. Hopefully this is helpful. That is true. Kine is not a platformer in that way. I was trying to come up with something that was more than a puzzle game. I tried 3D puzzle game. I tried, I think the term I eventually settled on was 3D puzzle platformer, because the goal is to get from one, you kind of like get over gaps for much of the game. But I don't think that applies well anymore either. It's a puzzle game that involves movement. I don't know how to pitch this. Call it a Zack-like, because that'll sell well. I mean, I think the other thing is you guys have like a... You guys are deep in the niche of people that understand puzzle games. Imagine that you're somebody that's only ever played, you know, like 3 games a year. You own Mario, probably Madden. You haven't played many games, right? And and I want to pitch a game to them. I'm like, what is Kine to them? The only words they know are the very platformer makes sense to them. I've actually thought about this a lot. And I'll admit, I'm still waffling on puzzle platformer. Definitely 3D puzzle sounds right. But 3D puzzle game implies something very specific to a lot of people. Like, most puzzle games are like mobile games. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. 3D puzzle game makes it clear it's not like a match 3. But the idea that you have a character, that you're controlling it and you're moving it around in a world, there's no better way to say that than platformer. Kind of a mix between Mario and Madden. I don't think that's your target audience, is it? I don't know. I wouldn't mind hitting the mass market, Port Bonky. I don't think it's good to... I don't think this is a game that will appeal to the niche puzzle market, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think it's hardcore enough. I don't think there's enough puzzles. I think you guys will get through it in like 4 or 5 hours. I would hope that this would appeal to a slightly broader market than is traditional. Like, in my dream, it would be like more like Gris. It would appeal to more of a mass market, yeah. It is obviously way too challenging for the entire mass market, but I mean, games used to be hard when I was a kid. Mario was not trivial for me. Maybe it was bad. Donkey Kong took a bit some doing. I don't know. But yeah, platformer might be the wrong thing to say. Some indication that you have a character that you're controlling, that you're moving around as them. Steven Sausage Roll is puzzle. Stephen's Sausage Roll was definitely designed for your audience, though, right? Like, that was a out of the gate, extremely difficult, hardcore game for that hardcore puzzle market. 3D block puzzle, maybe. That's how anybody unironically played both Madden and Ingress. That's fair. I wouldn't call it an action. To be fair, back when I wrote that description, it was for the opening area, where there is more moving from one platform to another. It doesn't really make sense for like this kind of stuff. No, you're right. I have to get rid of platformer. I'll just stick with 3D puzzle. No, in all seriousness, if I'm doing this right, I'm going to pay somebody who knows what they're doing to just come up with a description that'll get it. Like, there's a certain point where it's like, the stuff on your storefront needs to sell the game. I don't know how else to put it. Like, this isn't something where we can design by committee, do what feels right. Like, this is the kind of thing where if I put in the wrong words, I don't get funded for the next game. You understand? Like, this is everything. This is the marketing, is making sure your description on your storefront is good and pushes units and entices people to buy product. This is the part where it's capitalism, and I'll probably just honestly ask people what they think I should put in there. After I'll have them play the game, and I'll have a marketing agency tell me what to put in. Yeah. But you have a really good point. I think I didn't think it was inaccurate when I said it, but it is inaccurate. Hold on, I'm going to take a note down. I need to email Epic. The other thing is, it's not trivial to change the description, because, like, there's no back end right now. So every time I change something, I have to ask a human to do it. So I'll change it, but it won't actually propagate to the website or to their storefront for a bit. Rewrite. But there's other things I need to do anyway. Like, got a real bone to pick with. Take a screenshot of this. I'm not a fan of how this is clipping. This looks like shit. I'm gonna have to ask them to do another pass. So I'll rewrite the description. Narrative puzzle game, yeah. That's how I describe it every time I'm like talking to a human. I say it's a narrative puzzle game. Though I have to throw in 3D. Narrative 3D puzzle game for the writing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, this stuff kind of falls through the cracks sometimes. You have no idea how many millions of things I had to do to get that fucking storefront going. That was a bit. And I'm not really good at writing copy. Words are not where I'm good. So, what? Okay, the list. Wait. Did we make sure this looked good? Thanks a lot, Noguri. I appreciate that. Oh, fucking what? This looks even worse than before. happened here? I want to do this without thinking. General order. Maybe I should. I don't know. What are you thinking? Oh god. Let's just... Did I even check that out? No. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna roll back that mesh. By simply not saving it. Thanks, Nobody. Oh, technically an animator, it's not that I have a large size store tile, it's that they have random, it's full random. Like, if they have an odd number of titles, when they get to a certain section, then they make one of them big. They scale it in this way. Also, just in general, like, this looks different. Here, I can show you some stuff. If you want to see how under the hood a bit. Epic. Store. So for one thing, I didn't get to see it on the storefront until you guys did, which was a bummer. Because like, you kind of want to own some of that stuff. But what they did send me was screenshots from like the mobile phone. I'll just save them to desktop. They are rolling this out pretty quickly. Wait. So like they sent me screenshots of like, here's what we think it'll look like on most resolutions on a computer. And here's what we think it'll look like on a phone. I think that one is. what is it, on a tablet, on a phone, on a computer for different resolutions. And so this is kind of like how they send you stuff. And obviously everything in their storefront is kind of live and changes to be different resolutions. So you give them like, this is true for every storefront, you'll usually give them the same image cropped in like 4 different ways. And they dynamically choose which one to do and where to put it. But I think this is an instance of, I think this was supposed to be like a, how do you put it? This one of us fucked up. I probably fucked up here. Also, your logo is just going to be plopped down in the middle. We tried to do a thing where the logo would always plop down in a box, but like here it's way too big, right? I wish I had the ability to say, I want the logo to fit within this size, but you can't because they're gonna crop it for different resolutions and specs for different phones and things. So, and we're not allowed to embed the logo in the image for the same reason. They want the logo to be raster and the image to not be raster. I don't know. It's like a huge pain in the ass. Oh, hi. Hey, what's up? It's always a pain in the ass in storefronts. I didn't mean your storefront was a pain in the ass. What's up, man? Is this Tim? Jesus, I feel so called out right now, man. Just like that. Gwen, we're gonna need our money back. You're making us look bad. You think these images scale? Yeah, I think this one, something on my end went wrong. Because I can tell, because like, like in the, I shouldn't have given you an image where the bell of the trombone is intersecting with this, unless I think Rick was thinking that we would always scale the Kind logo down to be on this. But I just don't think we can count on that because that'll be way too small on some devices. So we might just need to rethink things here in general. We could reposition these characters, so like Rue's here and Euler's above, and we just zoom in more, have the box be much bigger, get rid of the top part, like get rid of this. We could fix up this composition to better work for this, and we should. And we will before launch. Tim, is that you on the Unreal Engine? Fucking, did you mean to do that? Is this Tim? That was the most fucking called out I've ever been, man. Hey, what's up? I think we did upload the logo as an SVG. The logo is the logo is vector. Did I say that right? The image in the background is not the thing that scales. The logo is vector. That was important to them. And I believe it was SVG. I'd have to look it up. I don't really feel like looking that up right now. But yeah, it is, anytime I update anything on the storefront, it's kind of like you gotta call a human right now. Just because it's so early. In a way that's good. It's good to be on the storefront when it's early before it gets flooded. But because by the time they figured all this out, then it'll be open to everybody. Epic knows how to manage a community. They're keeping their people in line. Hold on, I'm gonna hit the restroom. I'll be right back. Is it vector? It's pronounced vector. Well, to be fair, Epic has like way more people, way more staff than Unity. Don't get me wrong, I too am pretty surprised that Tim is lurking in streams on a Sunday at 3:30 because you were supposed to relax after GDC. You'll relax after the next GDC. Are you guys going to E3? Like, I know you usually, GDC is your big one, right? Okay, so this is what it was. No, this is the broken version. See if there's any easy stuff I can do. Well, I gotta fix this. I can show you what's happening at the end of the romance levels right now. It's wildly inappropriate. I guess I have to fix that. I don't know how to fix that. Might want a snack. Might get a snack and then we'll dig into the ending sequence for the romance levels. The boat levels were called Romance Under the Hood because I didn't know that they would be a boat initially. Our team will be at E3. Cool. Trying to wiggle into booths. That's my only marketing strategy, is to wiggle into booths. So if you have a booth anywhere. Oh yeah, we were talking about Gamescom. Gamescom would be huge. Right around my launch window. If you want to show kind at Gamescom, I will fly out there. I will represent. But I don't know if you guys usually do anything. Right. So let's export this. Let's lose this. Okay, so this is the version that doesn't look like total ass. Okay. What happened that made it look so bad? Is it just that the vert order changed? look at that in game. There. I feel like for artistic reasons, it would be better if that divide happened here. If we made this part of this level. So you would be about 4. I mean, I don't love it. Wait. Why was that? This is definitely swimming. Look at the characters there. Something's fogged. Okay. What happened? Negative Y. So you should be positive Y. That's the problem. 0, 200. These are the props that the player's actually standing on. They're invisible in game, but they are in the wrong order on this level. Now they are fixed. Yeah, it does seem too stationary. I agree. What's it doing here? Oh yeah. Alright, then we move the boat again. want to test something? I'm pretty sure when you first start playing a section... Let's listen. Yeah, so what's supposed to happen is this is the background music, and you hear either horns if you're playing Euler, or you hear accordion if you're playing Roux. But right now you hear neither. So this is the accordion. So you hear that trombone track coming in? When you first start playing, you don't play it here either. There's nothing initializing it. So, why is that? Poor Punky. When you switch tracks, call track switched. Maybe start from the other direction. Let's look at the music system. Blah, blah, blah. Bind event to track switched, I bet. Yeah, track switched, okay. So call track switched is important. All right. Is there anywhere else I call this? No. Okay, so the music system is relying on the track to be switched. Does anything call this? I bet the level loads without ever calling this. These are just different key presses that you could be doing. Okay, nothing calls this. Undo and redo calls it. Okay. Right, so when you load a level, yeah. Text, start scene. There's somewhere where I tell the pawn that it's the active track, and that's where I want to put this. Oh, okay. No, the opposite. I never switched to, but I switched from. Okay. So yeah, so for combo levels, I'm doing this. When you're done with that, it's the easiest way to do this. So new track is going to be the current track. Where are you set? Okay, so yeah, you update. Okay, yeah, good. So that will be initialized. So we will know the current track. What else do we need to know? The current input type. Are we storing that somewhere? Oh my god, that's also stored. Okay, so yeah, so when you're done doing this, just initialize, just call out to the world to switch to this track. If it's a combo level, yes, okay. That should fix that bug. Sound doesn't play off of an event in the pawn. The music system, let me think. Some sounds definitely do play off the pawn if something specific is happening to the pawn. But for anything that's intra-pawn, like I'm moving from this pawn to this pawn, I wasn't quite sure what would happen there, so I left that in kind of the game mode, which is managing all of the pawns. Does that make sense? Because I wouldn't want to have like... I didn't know if I would want some pawns to play a sound when you switch from them and some to play a sound when you switch to them, or if I want to play a specific sound if you're switching from one thing to another thing. Like, I didn't know exactly what would happen for the switching stuff. So anything that has to do with managing more than one pawn goes in the game mode. And that was how it was in my head. Maybe that was like being way overly cautious, but it's just sort of what I did early on. Don't hear it. Let's see. Gonna add a breakpoint here. When you want an instance to manage, I don't actually use the game instance. I put everything in the game mode. Basically merged those two as a concept. I'm not saying that's well architected either. Like the high level architecture is probably, I mean, there's reasons, the reasons may or may not be good. Okay, so we are hitting this. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't use game modes in the way that Unreal does. Like, the idea that there'll be like a battle royale game mode and a this game mode and that game mode. I just kind of created a different system to manage all of that. And then I use the thing called game mode to just be like... everything I'll know I'll want in every game mode. Does that make sense? Like, the idea, there is no world where I change from one game mode blueprint to another game mode blueprint. The game mode blueprint is all of the code for the game. Because I don't have any C++, so the game, like the logic, had to live somewhere. And I apparently decided to just shunt absolutely all of it into the game mode. There's things that are separated out and that are very clean, like the grid manager, populating the grid, figuring out the world. That all lived somewhere, but just like the all of the glue that puts the grid manager together, tells the grid manager to do stuff, tells the pawns to spawn and all that. That's all just in the game mode blueprint. And one giant mess. Loading the levels and so forth. What's it doing? So this is being called. Let's look at. Oh, I can't. Yeah. So let's look at. Let's pull this up so we can actually look at it when the track is switched. Okay, so this is getting called. Okay, and you know that you're already the trombone, so you're not setting it. Well, shit. The current track is not equal to. Hey, what the fuck? Play the new music file, set the flood. Let's step through this. No, we changed it, Mitchell. The trombone plays when the trombone's active. Right now, neither is playing. So let's fix that. Current track is trombone. Love theme is set everything to 0. So you did nothing. Shit. I see the problem. Interesting. So this is being called before. Right. So current track is set, and then detecting if current track has changed. So I can't think of any reason why I would set that. Unless you're in a combo level. Just in case, I'm going to leave it here. Okay, and I'm going to undo what I did to the game mode, because there was no need to do this. I don't think I kind of want to just revert to be safe, but I don't think I changed anything here. So we're probably fine. Just added that and now I've deleted it. Anyway, let's see if that solves the bug. For the uninitiated, Mitchell's just getting into the Unreal Engine. We got him into Perforce the other day, so he's playing around right now with the sound effects. There's no reason anybody would know that. I just... Now you do. Remove breakpoint, because I'm confident this will work. My god, I had a lot of breakpoints. Now it's working. Hear the horn? Alright, so that's good. That's a lot of random ass bugs. Bug fix Sunday. So we will... I'm gonna check this in. I feel like I'm gonna break stuff at some point. Alright, what else is on my list? Got that one done. Got the notes to my artists. Mitchell, your new sound effect for resetting the level is in. This is a small thing. These are all small things. I like this. I needed a day where I feel productive. Alright. Because all I've been doing is telling other people what to do. Feels nice. So next, I was playing through earlier and I thought, why did I show that? That's it, the entire game. We'll be here a second. Click the wrong button. Panduck, I use a 4K monitor now. I just got one recently. I'm getting used to it. Everything is so crisp. I had to get one. Because, like, I saw the game in a 4K TV for the first time at a show, and that's really not the right way to do things. No, Penguin Dude, it's already in. Don't worry about it. This is what I meant to show. Just the art backdrop. Okay, so... Right. hungry. I'm probably gonna take off in a minute. How long has this been? It's been about 3 hours. That's reasonable, right, guys? And I'm out of soda. So maybe I'll go buy soda. What day of the week is that? Sunday. I feel like I could accomplish that task. I have to put on pants. But, alright, the artist has notes for this level. What was I gonna do? Right, so when you're playing on this level, I want the boat to just be over here. It's a small thing, but it'll make me happy. Where are you? Because you've unlocked it, so you should see it. In fact, maybe you should always see it. The fuck did I do? I feel like making a change and seeing it in the world is a good thing. I feel like after you unlock it, maybe even on the world map, you should see this here. Can I accomplish that? It has to go away when you actually load the level. Yeah, that should be doable. There's other places where you do a thing and it changes the world, and I like it. It's a little bit of scripting, but let's do that. That'll be quick. So you'll go in. What map are you even in? Not you, but you. Okay, so by default you're hidden in game. When the game starts, get the game mode, return. I have a function that'll return like basically the state of what's unlocked. Progression, game level progression is the. Is this done? If so, set hidden game to false. Okay, so that'll happen on startup. When else do we want that to happen? Caveat, binds event level loaded. Bind event to level load complete. Check boat level loaded. If this is the one level where we do not want to see the boat because it's part of the game. If you are this level, set hidden game to be true. Also, I had another thought. Find event. Level select. Bind event to bind event to game cam to level select. Test should show boat. first run, call it manually. Okay, that way if you go into the level, if it's about level, it will hide. If you leave a level, if it should show, it'll show. It'll do one check initially when loading to make sure, to see if it should, on loading the game, if it should be showing the boat. That's some basic narrative scripting. What else do I want? Yeah, that should do it, right? Okay, so the boat's not visible. If I... Let's take a look at this. Wait, did I not save that I unlocked it? Maybe that's the issue. No, it knows it's unlocked. Why didn't you hit that? Maybe I'm binding to the wrong event. Because game cam to level select could be from the main menu. So bind event. Bind event. I feel like this is correct. I feel like this should have worked. So you're definitely getting bound. And you're doing your initial execution. Finding that the boat was not unlocked. Oh, that's accurate. Yeah. Nope. Nope. I'm stupid. Stupid. This is not correct. Okay, so this is not what I want. This is unlocking. Yeah, what I want is actually in here. What I want is, I'm going to have to try harder for this. Get sections. Get section status. Did I make a thing for this? Oh yeah. No, that's too complicated. That's actually not what I want. Get sections unlocked. Does this contain? What is the name of this section? Trombone opt 1. Okay. Alright, if trombone opt 1 is unlocked. Okay. Oh wait. I already unlocked it. I should see a boat. I see a boat. There's a boat. See the boat? There's a boat. Okay, we're good. When you go down and play it, does it go away? No. That part we need to fix still. Okay. I bet it's just a child level. I bet if we get, like... Well, let's verify before we go making code. Alright, hold on. Also... Hey Tanishan, what's up, man? Wait, where is the boat gone? Where did the boat go? Oh, okay, so you have to exit. Alright, I'll fix that bug. Let's also look at this initial bug. When I click this, okay, so yeah, it's finding a sub-level. Also, I kind of want it to be like before. We'll think on that in a second. I have an idea. All right, but first, get relatives. You're at the game up blueprint. Relatives. Related. What did I call that function? Return loaded relatives of level. Parent level. Just to be super safe. If the current level or the parent level is this. Not nor. Weird. Or. What the fuck? XOR? What is XOR? Exclusive or. What the fuck? What does that? What the fuck is XOR? XOR? Holy shit, this is a whole concept. Pronounced Exor. This is amazing. It's like electrolyte. It's not a real word. Okay, so if only one is true. Interesting. That's really useful. Shit, bitch, how long has Xor existed? I could have used that all over the fucking place. Can you have like, tell me more. Such a simple thing. Can you add more? No, you can't add more. Are you sure? Is it possible? Can you add? No. Damn, multiple inputs would have been interesting. Fascinating. Okay. Well, anyway. All right. I want to keep that up in case there's an error. So everyone in chat's like, God damn it. XOR. Alright, sorry, I didn't know. I didn't go to school for programming, okay? I went to school for film because I think about my future. So, what are we doing here? Oh, other bug. Why is the boat not there? Guys, the boat should be there. Guys, we unlocked the boat. What the fuck? Test should show boat. Let's add a breakpoint here. Let's figure this out. All right. Showboat, what do we got here? No, that's not correct. Maybe this is loaded before we've... This is loaded before we've checked the save file and moved all the information from the save file into the game mode. Well, fuck. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bind an event to this. We're also going to bind an event to, like, when the whole game is loaded. I'm pretty sure I made a thing for that. Did I not make a thing for that? Game first load complete. Gotcha. Init boat. I went to art school for programming. Where? How? That sounds fun. I went to programming school for art. With our powers combined, we can be just fucked up. You went to school for music education. I didn't know that, Mitchell. I mean, I guess that's more sensible than, like, going to school to be a rock star trombone player. Okay, boat loaded. Good. I removed the breakpoint. Because I have so much confidence. Alright, we're gonna check. Oh, you know what else? I kind of want you to be tagged with, I kind of want you to be tagged with this so that you get the shader. Will that even work? I don't think it will. This is turning into a whole thing. I would need you to be this. Then I would need you to be tagged with this. I think I just need this water to get darker than it does. But yeah, it might work. I turned it from an interactive prop to being just an environment static prop because it is just a dummy that exists. In the hopes that when I do, if I use that shader, it'll highlight with the world, see? And this is the proper boat with all the logic. Hey, why doesn't this level go away? Didn't I script that up at one point? And why is it not there anymore? Do you have a level center? Why did I get rid of the level center? Doesn't make much sense. I bet it was because that level was shrinking away when I played this. And that looks shitty? No? That's not why. There. That helps a bit. Not a lot, though. I could separate this out. I should separate that out. Separate out. Set to fly up. What the hell am I doing here? I must have set this up before I knew what I was doing. Yeah, I did. Okay, so you should be modular edge tether. You should be the same. I got rid of the one in between. I already sent them the note to make this narrower. So that's coming. Also, you should be tagged with the level. You are, good. Okay. And I need to model this. And I will. I might pump that. I might have the team model that. I've only got so much time. Okay. What What was it doing? Maybe I separate at that level now. Get it done. One thing I do want to do is we're just going to cheese this a bit. So that when we load that level, it loads on top. So we're not seeing some dark object obstructing the level. NEIA. I don't even know what that is. North American Institute of Art? I had a programming background. Wow. Man, art school is such a fucking ripoff. Like, it's so... It could be so useful. It's just... College in America is so expensive. I don't know what to do about it. I have no solution. Still see the darkness. I don't like it. What the hell did I do here? Did I do that? How is that possible? Alright, I also have to separate this out, huh? Fuck. God, I don't want to still be doing this. Okay, so this will be... Let's just make this even shorter, I guess. You're just gonna see it from far away. It doesn't matter. You're only ever gonna see it like this. Why are you blue? What's this shit? Okay, that's fixed. Do I want to do this now? The answer is no, but this will only take a second. Don't be a bitch. Alright. File, import. Environment. Forms 10B. Levels. Okay. Forms 10B. Lower. Yes. Forms 10B lower. Oh, I already did. File, export all. Forms 10B lower. File. Import. Forms 10B. Hell. You can only switch. All right. File, export. Do I like that line? Should that line be higher? Some of these lines don't belong. I can't do that. This is close enough. It's the only time you'll see it, it'll be resting on something else. All right. just checked you out. I disagree. I didn't check it out. I did check it out. Forums 10B. Okay. Environment levels. Forearms 10B. Let's fix that. Okay, so that's done. You are in this section. Let's bring in environment art levels. Import forearms 10B lower. Where are you in the world? Are you under? Yes, good, good, good. Get your materials going. Environment lines. Couple last minute things. You should have no collision, just to be safe. And the reason I did this, you move with this level. You already do. You don't move with this level. Also, one last thing for you. I'm gonna go into your shader. And set you in the vertex shader to raise up rather than fall down. And I think that'll do what I want. Because I needed to do this anyway, because the artist I want them to replace this with brick. And I need them to pull in this kind of lower area anyway. Like this level just needs work. So now almost there. You're not racing up though. That last part didn't happen. Forearms. Right, because we're not hooked up. Hey, sorry I've been gone. She clipped me. Tanisha, Jesus. That's fair. I deserve that. That's fair. Hey Alf, sorry I just had a moment. I don't know, Planet. I think there is something to be said for art school. If you go to a good one where you're surrounded by other artists, it'll help you build connections to other people, which is massive if you're an artist. Having a Rolodex of people that you know that can help you get work and helping each other out. For that, though, I would recommend like RISD. For games, maybe SCAD. Probably not the Art Institute. Because you want to be around other people that are, going places. Hazy Eggs. Are you good with Java? I am not good with Java. I have never used Java. Fair enough, Leonard. And I'm not young. I don't know what it's like to have an entirely online community to learn with. I imagine that's got to be really beneficial. I had a thought. It might be a dumb thought, but I don't want to pursue it. What if we just gave you the prop material that moves like a wave? Oh, let's just see what happens. Might just rock with everything else. And it's so far away, it's fine if there's little imperfections. I can't tell if it worked. Anyway. That was what I was looking for. Smaller things. TA boat 1. Let's move this over here. What else do I want to do for this area? I was thinking I could break this out too. No, we're gilding the lily at this point. Alright, what other... I don't even think some of those were written down. Oh, fuck. Some of these bugs really suck. Well, it's basically 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go have a snack and figure out what I'm doing for dinner. It was fun. It's been about 3.5 hours. That feels about right. What are the lines around the column that pop up and disappear? Where? The lines around the column. You're talking about when I was playing the boat level, right? Oh, these? I might cut that. Are you talking about this right here? Just to verify that you're seeing, like, move? I bet that's what you're talking about. And if you are, that was an old idea I had where I was like, the bass, you can see these bass strings playing, and it was to help you at certain places where it was hard to see the grid, They only come on when you're rotating the camera. I might just cut that. I'm pretty close to cutting that. I didn't because it's working. But I don't know. At a minimum, I have to replace the lines with like good ones. Because that was just like my shitty drawing. They've made better lines. Like objectively, our team has drawn better lines than I drew. Yeah, they don't look good right now. At a minimum, they have to be better art. I'm almost certainly going to cut them though. I just haven't yet. But they will go. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way. Alright. I'm gonna go see about food. It's getting there. The thing is, my biggest problem was I did the boat level stuff and I loved it, but then I realized it didn't match the rest of the world. And I spent some time, one of the big things I did over the last week was like adding an outline to it, adding an outline to the bottom here, figuring out how to do that so it would work dynamically, like having an outline beneath the boat when you're actually playing on the level. When you're over in the boat area, coming up with these lines and making it so that they wave with the same, basically their materials work. These are like, how do I explain it? They're just a plane with a line drawn on them, old school style. But they have the same kind of logic applied to them that everything else does, so that they move with the world. And also it gives that kind of sketchy quality. And I honestly don't think we're there yet. Like, I think we still need to keep pushing because this area just doesn't quite feel the same. But we will eventually run out of time, and we have to balance fixing what's there to a certain point of polish, and getting in the rest of the game, because there's certain things that have no art yet. The combo levels, basically the combo 3 levels, where you're all 3 people. There's 4 side stages that don't have art yet. So if you think of like this as being one side stage, there's 4 more like this that I haven't even started yet. And we've got 6 weeks to figure that out. Is that right? 7 weeks till the artists roll off, and then 2 more weeks, but I need to be focused on cinematics. So really, yeah, 6 weeks to just get the environments done. And then we'll be good. And then it'll just be everything else. Alright, I'm gonna roll out, because I said I would. Thank you guys for hanging out. Is there anybody you want me to host? Do you guys have any friends? Handmade Hero is on. I don't know anybody else is on.
Be a lot very corridor heavy too.
You guys want to see Handmade Hero? I have no other plans, so we're doing it. Sweet. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you later. And we're good.